and you spent 5 years really in developmental before we even really got to see you on make your Raw debut. That's a chunk of change down there in developmental. How was it spending like multiple years working on perfecting this craft without getting the chance to really go to TV and show what you could do?
Yeah, we like there. That's when I say it. So we had the live events. I did a bunch of live events,
Okay.
and live events are like almost like TV, right? So we are trained. We were like being trained for every live event. Of course, working the crowds, be there, entertaining people, but always conscious of the cameras and the angles and all this stuff. So depending of the match, it's up to you in your head how you want to play it. So, and my goal always was to be on TV. My goal always was to be part of the top guys. And I always picture myself being there and working to the cameras and like, doing what everybody does. And over the years, I was getting prepared into the when we started to do. So I started to do some NXT appearances. I worked some guys. I worked Pete Dunne, Matt Riddle, and some guys, and that was preparing me to Raw Underground finally. And
Yeah.
I did the Evolve show where we had like on network. So the Evolve show went to network. So like wasn't just finally Raw Underground. Like
Right. But
I
that's
got some I got some stuff, but the Raw Underground was the biggest thing, main event too.
mm-hmm.
And like I was prepared. I was
Yeah.
took a while, but finally came.
That's the thing is like I feel bad calling it because like I had some familiarity with you because of the stuff you mentioned there. I wasn't at the live NXT events, but I did kind of know your work from Evolve, and I'd certainly heard about the badassery of you in general as a human being. So it's interesting. It's very unique. You didn't really get an NXT run. You immediately get this call, or the first big call you get is to go do Raw Underground. What were you told about Raw Underground before you got in and got to be a part of it? What were you told it was going to be like?
Like I like so we just know the stuffs when they are happening. So
Okay.
I hear that they were like bringing up like a show is going to have like some street fight vibes. They were like bringing people with a background, like legit backgrounds, with like shooters to make like a different layout of a match. So they took the ropes and like they said to bring like some street clothes to wear and to have that street vibes, and I already got it. So when I came to Raw, and then we went there and I saw it, and I was like, okay, I got it. Will be kind of real, and all the matches were like short, and the direction was like real. Go 100%, and right, 100%. And that was Raw Underground. Raw Underground was like totally different as we see the pro wrestling matches, right?
Yeah.
And wasn't like wasn't was like just go, just do it, and I did. Like, okay, what do you mean just do? Oh, just do. Okay, I did.
Okay.
It's funny, yeah, and was like I had so much fun doing it, and I had the opportunity to talk with a lot of people, and that was very good to be there. Uh, and and I had so much fun. And this show was supposed to be non-stop, running all the time. And but pandemic, the pandemic is sucks, and pandemic changed the life of millions of people around the world, also ours. And that's it. So Raw Underground just died because of the pandemic, and that's it. Because that's that sucks, man.
So you were hearing plans for Raw Underground before the pandemic, right? Like they'd already kind of come to you and were talking about it, right? Is that what it
Yeah,
sounds?
yeah. They said like kind of wasn't like, hey, let's do a meeting here. You're going to be there. It's everything like on the fly.
Sure. Well,
Everything on the fly. It's like between the producers, they know more than us. But it was kind of like we heard about it, and 2 weeks later, it was happening. It was boom,
yeah.
very fast, very fast.
What was it like to work with Shane McMahon in that space? Was he like helping produce the matches? Like how
Yes,
yeah.
yes, it was so good. And you know that he trained, right? So like me
Oh,
and
yeah.
him, we have a friend in common that is Renzo Gracie. And the Gracie family is very big friend of my family in Brazil, the Jaúde family.
Okay.
And I talk to Renzo often, and he trains jiu-jitsu with Renzo Gracie. And when I met him, like years before on a Wrestlemania and on a catering, and he did a match, and I was like, "Oh, Shane, your punches are cool," and he was like punching me, and we had a talk. And I met him after on Raw Underground, and he's like a cool guy, man. He's like amazing, and he always wants to help you and teach you, and he was helping to produce the matches, and kind of because my jiu-jitsu background, I felt that he was kind of more like trying to build me there in that environment, you know.
Yeah.
And was fun, and he knew all the kind of moves I used to do. So when he was like calling the match on the fly during happening, he was like right away calling the omoplata, the armbar, and like because he trained and he knows. Was good, man. It was a good experience. It was very good experience.
Did you get the vibe this was Shane McMahon's vision of pro wrestling? Like this was kind of a way he'd like to see pro wrestling presented differently if he had the chance to kind of keep doing it like that.
I can't talk from him because I don't know. He never told me that was his idea.
Okay.
But like Vince was in the set. Like he came on the first week. He was there. He was kind of looking the papers and talking to people. And like Shane was all the time between. We had many producers there, and I don't believe there was an idea for John. Like one person had the idea. I think they have a team. They talk. They bring ideas up, and I was there. I enjoy it. I played. I had fun. Yeah, the only sad thing that went down, and
Yeah.
I could enjoy more if was running more. But
What it is what it is.
it
But
is what it is. Yeah.